It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
Welcome back. I hope you guys are having a great day. I am so excited to share this spec with you guys. In specific, my 2021 C8. In this case, it's in Rapid Blue. If you'd like to see the previous uploads of my taking delivery, part 1 and part 2, and a few others, I'll put that in the link in the description below. And if you are new to this channel, my name is Jeff, and this is where I share my personal passions from cars to watches and my personal gun collection. And in this upload, we're going to cover how much I paid for the C8, why I spec the C8 the way I did, and hopefully give you guys some pointers of speccing your C8. Right now, you are probably going through the configuration on the Chevy website over and over and over. Trust me, I have been there. I've asked my friends, my family, my fiance, do you like this color? Do you like this interior? What do you think? Did this for months. I completely understand. I can tell you this, save all the builds. Save all the builds on that Chevy website. Take your time, reflect on it, go back a couple weeks later or a day later and start re-looking at those builds, okay? So sometimes we get a little overwhelmed of what we like and then 2 weeks later we change our mind. Anyway, so that is my goal with this upload. So if you guys are enjoying this content, do me a favor, like, subscribe, and share this content. That'll help YouTube share my content with you guys when I have a new upload. It is greatly appreciated. I also want to give a special thanks out to All American Paint Protection. They did an XPEL on this car. They did an amazing job. Again, I'll provide all the links on the bottom of my page to All American Paint Protection. Whitmore, I can't thank them enough. This is where I bought this car. If you guys are looking for a car at MSRP and you do not want to pay over sticker, it is possible. I'm living proof. This is build 390 of 2021, a very early production. And I'm telling you, you can get on a list, you won't pay over MSRP. I'll provide all the information below. Do not fall into that trap. Anyway, let's get this started. I'm gonna stop talking right now and we'll go over everything that I have on this spec. One quick note before we start things off, I wanna apologize for the lack of uploads, but we have been extremely busy. If you haven't seen my latest upload, I kinda gave it away. We're getting married very, very soon. So, to say we've been busy is to say the least. I will get my uploads up accordingly. Obviously, the planning for a wedding is kind of time consuming, but we're very excited to say the least. And yes, the C8 is going to be at the wedding. And yes, I'm already wearing my wedding ring. Don't tell my fiance. Yeah, I'm already wearing it. Anyway, so let's get to it. So in total for the basic options that come with the 3LT package, you're looking at $70,850. And if you scroll over to the right, you can see that I added a lot of options, a total of $22,475 worth of options for a total price of $94,420. Keep in mind with a 2LT and 3LT technology package, some of these things are going to be very similar. They both will have the Boss Performance 14 speaker system. Starting off with the left-hand side door, it looks like you have 2 speakers with the Boss system. You have 1 speaker over here to your left with a possible 1 in the back. Center speaker, more speakers to your right, and then 2 more speakers to your right. And then they've made use of the center console area with more speakers. So I'm sure there are some speakers hidden somewhere in this car that I'm not aware of. But nonetheless, I do believe you guys are going to enjoy this setup. And I'm not sure what that is. I just recognized that. May have to look into that. If anybody knows, let me know. Working our way over to the interior, it comes standard with a 3LT package with the GT2 bucket seats. I chose the competition seats with the Alcantara and the yellow stitching, which we will get to in a little bit. Absolutely love these. From a reference point, I am roughly 210 pounds, 5'10", and I fit in these seats like a glove. No problems whatsoever. And so far, I've driven about 2 hours each way to the dealership multiple times. And again, no problem so far. So I have not taken a long trip in these, but I will keep you guys updated on that. Working our way down to the heated and ventilated seats. These things work amazing. Can't say that enough. And with the steering wheel, sometimes you get a car and their heated ventilated seats are not really that good. But in this case, they really are. So, working our way down to the suede and microfiber wrapped interior package. Now, this is where things start getting interesting, at least for me. Every single thing that you could possibly see in this car is just about Alcantara. The doors are all Alcantara. Underneath the dash is Alcantara. Behind the seats is Alcantara. All this is Alcantara. All this. And the build quality of this, I cannot express enough how good this is. All this will be Alcantara. And all this underneath here. And again, your doors over here. And again, back here. If we move the seat up, and as you guys can see, all this back here is all Alcantara working its way up. And of course, you can see the motor. So the exterior, you're gonna have your heated outside adjustable power folding mirrors. I love this feature. When you turn on the alarm, the mirrors close by themselves, which is so freaking cool. You have your indicators as far as your auto dimming, driver's side, headlights, LEDs. The headlights are pretty amazing on this. Working our way down to the safety and security. The front and rear view mirrors in this car is absolutely on freaking point. I believe this is a 1080p. It might be 4K. Guys, I know you'll correct me. I don't know which one it is, but nonetheless, the clarity on these cameras is absolutely amazing. One thing you want to keep in mind is when you have the digital rear view camera on, sometimes it looks like people are flashing you in the background, and that's just the frame rate speed of the camera. It won't catch up. So sometimes they are not flashing you. It's just the way the camera looks when you are filming. The Z51 package, at the time of purchase, this was $5,994. This is going to give you an awful lot for the money. I highly do recommend getting this option if you choose so. Keep in mind with 2021, the Mag Ride you can get separately without the Z51 package, which is pretty freaking awesome that you can do that. The ratio of the rear axle is going to be slightly different. You will have what they call high performance tires. That'll be the Michelin Sport 4S, and these tires have held up pretty damn well. Driving these in temperatures of right around 25 degrees on up. Do I recommend it? Sure. If you're driving sensibly and you're not driving too crazy, you can drive on cold roads with these tires. As always, you just got to be careful. It's not something I planned on doing, something I ended up having to do. So when I took delivery of this car, this was in early January. And moving forward, obviously I got caught in a few storms and stuff like that, but the car handled amazingly. Night and day between the C7. Z51 rear wing is included on this. As you can see, I have the high wing installed with the aero kit. And if we take a look, you can see the front splitter, which looks amazing. Which also reminds me, these covers for the radiator are holding up pretty well. If you guys would like to see the previous upload talking about these covers, I will put that in the link in the description below. I can't recommend these enough. You do not want your radiators getting all pinged up with rocks. It's just not a good thing. The high wing and this aero kit are OEM production, so they were purchased from the dealership and installed by the dealership. I can't stress this enough. If you're going to get something like this, make sure you have a reputable place installing these or have your dealer install these, because they do drill into your car to have the lower part installed. This is not something you can just bolt on. Just something to think about. When I purchased the high wing and the aero kit on this car, at the time, everybody was saying on the internet, you know how the internet is, that it's impossible to get these. You couldn't get these. Well, anytime you have a question, I would contact your dealer as far as what you're going to purchase, and that's what I did. And they had some in stock. So it just goes to show that you never know what's going to happen until you call your dealer and see what you can or can't get. On the way down, this package comes with a slip differential, Z51 performance suspension and brakes. You will receive bigger brakes with a Z51 package. You'll receive a performance exhaust. Speaking of which, let's do a cold start and let's check this out. It's a little hard to hear it here, but I can tell you this is factory exhaust and it sounds pretty damn good. package also comes with a upgraded cooling system. So far, I've had no problems. This car has a little over 1,000 miles on it, and I have not ran this car lightly, let me tell you that. So, it's still cool outside, it's not summertime. I'll have to give you guys an update, but from what I understand, these cars are doing an amazing job keeping cool on and off the track. You're gonna have some hiccups here and there with some other cars. That is perfectly normal during builds, but overall, it seems like they're doing pretty well. The black Trident rims, as you can see, as I mentioned earlier, I did receive my LPOs. They did show up. Some people like these rims. Some people dislike these rims. Myself, I like them. I don't see a problem with them. Now, obviously, there's a gap between here and here, right? The rim does sit a little bit inside the fender well. It really doesn't bother me. I like the design of this rim. Oddly enough, when I went to pick these rims up, these rims are lighter than the factory rims. So if anybody knows the weight of these rims compared to the standard silver rims, let me know, because there's definitely a difference between these. Anyway, I don't know if I'm going to do upgraded rims down the road, but so far, I'm going to keep these. And if you want to be unique, keep these. Keep these rims, because, you know, a year, 2 years down the road, everybody's going to have upgraded rims. And these will be unique because nobody will have them. It's funny how that goes. So that option was $2,895. Again, this was at the time of my purchase. So I believe this may be going up for 2021 and going forward. Visible carbon fiber removable roof. Man, this sets the car off. So this was one of the keys to designing this spec for me. Here's the carbon fiber roof. It's exposed. Underneath the roof is all Alcantara, the yellow stitching. When I chose this roof, it was specifically for the carbon fiber for one reason, and that was a tie into the carbon fiber in the interior. And as you can see, it has it throughout the rest of the car as well. We'll dive into that in a minute because that is one of the options I chose. So I didn't want to have carbon fiber ground effects kit, then carbon flash, and then carbon flash. I didn't want it all mixed, right? So I wanted everything carbon flash on the lower, and I wanted one thing to tie into the carbon fiber in the interior, which would be the roof. So that's one of the main reasons why I chose this. Working our way down, the front lift adjustable height memory for $1,995. Man, that is one option that is absolutely worth the money on this car. I use this front lift every single day I drive this car. You can't predict where you're gonna be at or what's gonna happen. I can't recommend it enough. The minute you think you don't need it, believe me, you will. So you can program this front lift via GPS to 1,000 locations, or you can do it manually. I hadn't programmed it yet. I just do it manually. That's kind of been my habit, but I use it an awful lot. Absolutely love this car with the front lift. I also included the Z51 mag ride control. This is $1,895. Here's your mag ride sitting right here and over there. To my knowledge, the mag ride is pretty much adjusting your car on the fly, pretty much live. So if you're in my mode and you have it set up the way you like it, this car drives so soft, it's unbelievable. Everything from BMWs to Lexuses that I've had, I have never had a vehicle in my life that drives this smooth and this quiet in the interior. It's amazing. Then, kind of like a Jekyll and Hyde situation, as soon as you put this thing in a track, my God, it is completely different. Your Grand Sport on your C7, there is no comparison whatsoever. Carbon fiber interior trim was $1,500. Taking a closer look, you'll have carbon fiber on the door. Just look at that weave. That is so freaking beautiful. You have it over here on your instrument cluster. On the back of your seats. That is just beautiful. That is just freaking beautiful. I love that. You'll have it over here. This is gonna be your traction control. This will be your front lift, and this will be your camera setup. But that just, look at that weave. Man, that's beautiful. And of course you have it over here on your door as well. Engine appearance package for $995. You have your carbon fiber over here to the left, to the right, and then you have your lights, which will light up the engine compartment. Do you think this is gonna be worth the money? Well, that is completely up to you. For me, yeah, I don't mind it at all. There's always gonna be a situation where you can buy something aftermarket, more expensive or cheaper. If possible, I like to stick with OEM. Yeah, I would recommend it. That's just my opinion. Yellow painted calipers for $595. I have absolutely no regrets with this yellow. I wanted this to tie in the colors from the inside of the car. And as you can see, it did a hell of a job. Suede microfiber wrapped steering wheel, $595. So my first impressions of seeing the steering wheel, it is something that you have to see in person. Seeing these things in pictures or on YouTube, it doesn't do any justice at all. It feels absolutely amazing. Am I worried about it getting sweaty and stuff like that? I really don't care. That's what this car is for. It's to drive it. So if it does get sweat marks from holding on so much, then so be it. That means I'm enjoying the car. I love the way this thing feels. And when it heats up, man, it heats up quick. But God, it feels good in your hands. Now here comes my regret. Composite rocker black installed by dealer, $550. When I first saw this aero kit in pictures and on YouTube and stuff like that, I fell victim, right? I judged the book by its cover, which was my fault. I didn't like them. I didn't like the way they looked. I didn't like anything about them, right? When I did my delivery of my C8, again, if you want to see that, I will put a link in the description below. I saw the owner C8 at Whitmore with this kit on there. Bam, I was sold. They looked absolutely amazing. I was completely wrong. So of course, I talked to Matt Beaver from Whitmore. I talked to Nick, and they had some in stock, which I was very fortunate, and I ordered them right away. So those are sitting right there. I can't decide what I'm going to do with them. They install right here. I'm sure they look good. I would assume. I haven't seen them personally on a car yet. So I might sell those, or I might just give them away. Don't know at this moment, but that is the one thing I do regret getting for this car. Are they worth $550? At this point, I really don't know. Again, haven't installed them. Competition sport bucket seats. Well, we already covered those. Those were $500. The color, I chose Rapid Blue. This was not an easy decision for me. I thought about the Arctic White, I thought about the Ceramics Gray, and I thought about the Rapid Blue, all three. Those were my three primary colors that I was looking into. Now, fortunate for me, when I went to go spec out my car and put my deposit down, there happened to be a Rapid Blue in the dealership and an Arctic White the same day. So I was very, very fortunate. That sealed the deal for me, seeing the Rapid Blue next to the Arctic White. So if you guys do get a chance, I know it's not that easy, but if you do get a chance to see multiple C8s in one place, highly recommend you take a drive and take a look and really think about the color spec that you want. I could not be happier with this Rapid Blue. I wanted something to pop. I wanted something to be different, and you don't see a lot of Rapid Blue C8s currently. You really don't see a whole lot of C8s, but the ones you do see are usually red or white. Yellow seatbelts for $395. I chose yes on that because I wanted to pull the colors in from the brake calipers into the car and with the yellow stitching. First, I had my doubts, but I tell you what, it turned out amazing. This is another one of those things where you gotta see it in person to understand how beautiful this spec really is. Yellow custom stitching for $395. Again, another value point in my opinion that is absolutely worth the money. To have somebody custom stitch your entire car the way you like it, I can't complain, right? Thing about that is you have to choose a 3LT for custom stitching. I don't believe in a 2LT you have the option to get custom stitching, so that is one of the differences between the two. And I believe, and I could be wrong, but you have to choose custom stitching in order to be able to get the Alcantara throughout the car. Carbon flash painted mirrors for $100. You have a couple of options. You can get the carbon flash on the mirrors, and this has been XPEL'd. Again, American Paint Protection, killed it, just did an amazing job on this. That pops so much, especially when you get it XPEL'd. Man, look at that. Look at that, oh my God. All this is XPEL'd. It's amazing when you get this XPEL'd how much more your car pops. So is it worth the $100? Yeah, I believe it is. Again, just my opinion for what it's worth. So my total of this vehicle is $94,420. This is my total build of this car. This is the price point. While you're speccing out your car, I would just say take your time and learn the configurator on the tool and figure out what works best for you. If you get a chance, hit up Whitmore, ask for Nick or Matt. Again, I'll provide the information below. Get on the list. Don't pay over MSRP. It's outrageous what they're charging. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys so much if you tag along this long in the video. Like, share, subscribe. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys at the next upload.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.